Now, children, time to settle down around the fire, grab your blanket, put those knives away, and listen to a story. A story I know you asked What's It to tell you.
What you're going to tell us, not Uncle What's It?
Yes, that's right. I'm going to tell you a story, a sad story, but it has a fun ending. It's all about how I came to meet What's It many years ago. What's It? Stop handing out more knives!
No, we like the knives. Keep the knives. Keep the knives.
Put them under your pillows and I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
Right, sorry children, let's get back to what I was talking about. In a green land far away, a baby half-orc was born to a mummy orc and a daddy human. But the mummy and daddy didn't want the baby.
Oh.
I know, it's very sad. It gets even sadder. By the end, I hope you will know that whether you're loved or not by your mummy or daddy, that you are born for a reason, and that is always get better.
Okay.
Unlike you lovely children, Thano wasn't brought up in an orphanage. His parents left him on cold steps outside a tavern, wrapped only in a thin blanket. The tavern's owner's wife took pity on the baby as she had recently lost a child to the pox. At first they loved the baby as their own, but as he grew up, the tavern owner and his wife realised that he was not a full human, but what they called a half-breed. They hated him for this and didn't want a half-breed as a child.
But
I know,
yeah.
it's terrible to hate someone because they look different to you. What's worse is they were then horrible to Thano, making him sleep on the cold stone floor of the tavern with only a blanket he was born with to keep him warm. They made him work for them and didn't pay him. He had to live off scraps of food so that the customers left. Some customers would spit in the food and throw it on the floor so he couldn't eat it.
They're so mean.
I know, it's horrible to think that some people think it's okay to force someone to work for them. And if he tried to run away, they'd beat him until he bled, begging them to stop. But they would laugh and just beat him harder. So he learned not to run away, not to beg. He kept quiet. He did what he was told and pretended that he was stupid and didn't know better until they believed they had broken him.
But wait. Your name is Thano the Stupid.
Yes, that's how I got my name. But this boy wasn't stupid. He knew what they were doing was wrong. And he vowed that he would get his revenge and his freedom. So he played stupid, which meant everyone ignored him. But all the while he was working in the tavern, collecting goblets and plates, he watched, listened and learned what he could from all the customers. People ignored him, told each other their secrets and discussed their dark business in front of him. He learned that those with good hearts were kind to him, gave him tips and nice scraps of food to eat. But others, those were the mean and dark-hearted ones. They were easy pickings for gold, jewels, or whatever they might have, especially when they were drunk. Don't drink, children, it's not good.
Ew.
Ew. He became so skilled that he found it hard to hide all they had taken. So he started to look for those less fortunate, buying them food and clothes and leaving it for them while they slept. If someone who was kind fell on hard times, he'd even drop off a bag of gold to them in secret to help out. But he only stole from the people that caused the hardship to his friends. He liked the poetic irony. Why not have some fun causing trouble to the people that were mean?
Yeah, good.
He didn't care if these people that he helped were of different races, colours or creeds. All that mattered was that they had kind hearts, because children, that is all that matters. Never judge someone for being different. It's how they treat people that shows you if they're good or not the colour of their skin. The real monsters aren't hiding in the cupboards under the bed or in the bathroom. The real monsters can look like you and me or anyone. It's the hate that they hold in their hearts, the pain and suffering they spread to others that they feel are different to them. It's those monsters you should be scared of.
Were those those like the people who came, those wizards who came and attacked you in the street?
Yes, that's right. They were like those wizards that attacked us. They were meant to protect and look after all the people, but they didn't. They judged us for being different, didn't want to listen to what we had to say, wouldn't let us explain, and went straight to violence and magic. It was horrible that people could behave like this. We should be able to listen to each other and work together to make everyone's lives better. And now the surgeon is dead, and that can't be taken back. It's too late. He came here in peace to help the people of this world, and now he only lives on in our memory. It's time for change, and I hope that you, as the next generation, make sure that people aren't judged on how they look or what people think they might be, but instead on what is in their hearts. But don't worry, children, there are no monsters here. We are here to make sure that you are safe and that those who are meant to protect you don't abuse their power. I believe in you. As long as you are pure of heart and protect those in need, our tomorrows will be happy ones. Now, where was I? Oh yes, I was getting to the good bit. One night, he was spotted by a rogue stealing a rude and horrible merchant's gold. When confronted, he explained what he was doing and why, and how he had helped other people. The rogue decided to take him under her wing. That night, he left the tavern with her, and she taught him not only how to feed with finesse and grace, but to use trickery and deception, as well as the art of relieving people of their possessions willingly, only to disappear before they came to their senses. They worked in partnership for many years, a half-orc and a drow elf, people of two very different races working together. They worked the taverns and towns they came across, and no one suspected them to be a pair, until one day their trickery was discovered. His mentor was brutally murdered. As he heard her screams, he ran to her, but it was too late. She died in his arms. Thano was alone in the world again. All he had ever loved was gone. He swore he would find the people responsible and make them pay, but they cheated so many people, he weren't sure who it was. But as he held her and looked out the window, all he could see was three men with purple coats and gold and emerald brooches in the shape of a spider on their shoulder, flapping in the wind as they galloped off into the distance, faster than he could follow. This was his only clue. Some months later, a vision came to him to rob a lord wearing a purple robe with a gold emerald brooch in the shape of a spider, just like the men were wearing that fateful day. He saw the house the merchant lived in, the road that led to it, and the town close by, which he knew to be Gunnersale. In the vision, he saw that he could not kill the merchant without the guards finding him, but as they were beating him to death, the face of a half-orc appeared. He didn't know the face, but as the kicks and punches rained down, all he could see was this face smiling at him and taking his hand.
Was it what's it?
Yes, that's right. It was What's-Its hand. But he didn't know that at the time. So determined to act revenge, Thano decided to go, believing he would die. Eventually, he made it to the merchant's house. As he looked down from the roof onto the courtyard, he saw the merchant eating and dining with guests. Sat at the table was the half-orc he saw in his vision. And yes, you're right, it's What's-It. So he was arguing with the merchant, and as they shouted at each other, the half-orc got up and walked off, outraged. The merchant ordered his guards to seize the half-orc, and that was the first time he heard his name. And what was it, children?
What's-It?
I know. Come on, What's-It? Stop being in a grump because I told you off. So the guards distracted Thano. Seizing the moment, he jumped down from his hiding place and slit the merchant's throat. As Thano released his grip, the merchant fell to the forward onto the table, knocking the plates and silverware to the floor with an echoing clatter. Everything and everyone stopped. The guards turned round, and ran to Thano and started beating him to the floor. He woke up to cold water being thrown onto him and a harsh slap across the face. And what's it crying? You fool!
Well, didn't want you to die.
No, I know. It's so kind, isn't it? Thano started crying, saying, Grunch, Grunch came to me in a dream. This is my destiny. How can I disobey the command of the Almighty?
How can you?
Well, that's why I went through with it. But revenge is a funny thing, children. Thano thought he'd feel better for hurting the person that hurt him. But it didn't make him feel better. It filled him with hate, but not for the merchant, for himself. He'd acted in the way a monster acts, the way he vowed to stop others acting, the way he'd vowed to stop other people treating people who are different from them. But children, revenge doesn't solve problems, it creates more.
But you're going to have revenge anyway, right?
Well, I know he vowed revenge on the tavern owner and his wife. But you know, the revenge, it's one of those things. It will happen in time, and it will be sweet. If I make it back to my world, I'll be a hero, famous and rich beyond my wildest dreams. But I will not hurt them. I will return and buy the whole village, apart from their little tavern. I'll build a huge inn with an even bigger tavern that I will give to the people that were kind to me. So rather than the tavern owner and his wife being a part of my life and being able to share in the glory and wealth, they will see their business fail as the good people of the village prosper. And that, children, will hurt more than death.
Oh.
Now, children, it's late and time for you to go to sleep.
No, we want another story. One more story.
I know, children, I know, but it's time for bed. There is plenty of time for stories another night, where you can hear all about the adventures of What's It, the Worthless, and Thano the Stupid. So it's time to settle down now and go to sleep.
Okay. Good night, Thano. Thank you for the story.
You're welcome. Night-night, children. And remember, don't let the bed goblins bite.